What's up, ladies and gentlemen, Spade here, and welcome to August monthly discussion. Oh yeah, wait, I just realized I forgot to mention the time of day and the actual day it is we're doing this for the YouTube discussion, which we literally just finished. Although it is August 28th, and the time right now is 5:55 p.m. And I feel like we have a lot to go over in the monthly discussion here. The YouTube discussion, not so much. But here, we definitely have a lot to go over. So let's start off with pickups. I think some of these pickups might have happened at the end of last month, but I just never bothered to make a little post about it. Or it could have been very early this month, and my memory is just terrible. Regardless, here's every pickup since the last pickups post we did 3 months ago in the community section on the channel. We have a lot here, so when it comes to the first pile of pickups, out of 2 piles, for the first pile of pickups we have Beverly Hills Cop 1, 2, and 3 in a small like DVD collection set. I do have the second one individually, which I'm probably going to try and see if I can get rid of at some point, just because I have all 3 now, so there's no point in having a second copy for the second movie. So I end up getting that, and if you've seen the Slide Stars mini-series with 2 videos only so far, you already know I got 3 of these games. We got Slide Stars for 1. We end up getting The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, and I think it's Ellie and the Secret of Seasons. I think that's how you say it. I'll have to search up how you pronounce that name again at some point. So those are 3 Switch games. I also ended up getting Beyond Good and Evil on the PS2, brand new, still sealed, actually. I've been debating whether I should open it and keep it for myself or just resell it because it's still sealed. I actually got it for the same price that you would get it if it were opened, and sealed is only going for 2 times more than what I paid for it if it's sealed and if you're selling it online. So that's kind of one reason why I'm iffy on whether or not I want to open it. It would be wise if I just resold it, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I want to try this game out or not. I've heard of it over the years. I've seen sneak peeks of gameplay in top 10 videos over the years. I've heard good things about it, but I know nothing about it at the same time. I'm not even sure if it's a scary game or not. I simply got it because I knew where it was in a certain local store. It was there for ages, so I ended up getting it. Plus, it was pretty cheap overall. I feel like if it was opened, I probably would not have even bothered getting this specific game, to be honest. Regardless, that is the first set of pickups. If you think I should open up that game and actually try it for myself at some point, let me know. As for a second lot of pickups, which happened around the middle of the month, this was the biggest haul of games I feel like I end up getting ever so far in a day. So we have The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, however you say the rest of the name of the game, for the Nintendo DS. I actually ended up getting this for like $2 or $3 at a pawn shop. It's complete as well. So, for the first off, it was the only DS game there that actually interested me. So I figured, why the hell not get it? It's cheap, why not get it? Try it, and just add it to the DS collection I have. And I actually did play a bit of this game this month. But I will go into what games I played this month later on, once we're done the pickups. We also ended up getting Motorstorm for the PS3, pretty much for $3 or $4 as well. Same can be said for Guitar Hero World Tour. I did try both of these games out. When it comes to Guitar Hero World Tour, it didn't take me long to figure out. You actually need the instruments to even play the fucking game. Which is total bullshit. Why you can't just use the controller is beyond me. So that's definitely something I'm gonna see if I can turn that into the local used game store, along with a few other games I have here. Because it's pointless to have if I can't even play it. Also ended up getting EverQuest Online Adventures for the PS2. Yeah, this is like a $2 game, I believe. So yeah. I got it because it was cheap. Every game I end up getting at the spawn shop is complete, which is great. Yeah, I have no idea if this game will even work. Mainly because it says online. So does that mean the PS2 actually had an online mode or something at one point? I don't even know if the game will even work. It's in great condition, I'm just confused if the PS2 actually had online or not. I thought I only got the game so I could try and flip it later on for like an extra buck or two. Same can be said for this next game. Another PS2 game. Lord of the Rings. I know nothing about the series. what a game. So yeah, it was cheap. I figured why not. I might give this one a try actually, but I'm not sure. I probably won't, but who knows. And also at the pawn shop, I also end up getting My Sims Sky Heroes for the Wii. Everything else is Wii games, by the way. So we also end up getting Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer for the Nintendo Wii. I knew this was a game, but I still find it ridiculous. So it'd be interesting to try that out. At least once. I'll probably do like a video or something on it. Around December, probably. Probably. Also ended up getting Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. I honestly only got this one because it was cheap. All of these games are like $4 or $5, so yeah, they were all pretty cheap. That's why I got so much. Also ended up getting Wii Play. I actually tried this one out. It's the only Wii game I end up getting this month that I've gotten around to trying. I feel like it's one of those games where it's gonna be pretty fun if you're playing with a group of people, if anything. And the last game I ended up getting at the pawn shop was Puzzle Kingdoms. I figured why not. So yeah, I also ended up going to a game store as well. And this is where the other pickups happened. The last pickups. Same day, so I end up getting Wii Ski and Snowboard along with Wii Ski. Two separate games. I looked up one of these games late last year, and surprisingly they actually look pretty peaceful and fun to try out. Those are probably games I'll try out during December or November probably. Maybe even February, who knows. I also end up getting Disney, rather Disnip, as I feel like that's how it's spelled. Although Disnip or Disney, whatever you want to say it, however you want to say it. Disney Guilty Party. I heard pretty good things about this underrated game. It seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun. Definitely something I want to try at some point. I also end up getting Pokemon Battle Revelation. I think that's what that last one is. So those last 4 games have been on the to-get list for me. So please check those off. I'm iffy on whether or not the Pokemon one will work. They all are in good condition. They're all complete. They're all cheap as well for the most part. But Guilty Party was the only one that was actually missing one out of the 2 manuals. So it's sort of complete. I have the French manual, but not the English one. So yeah, those are all the pickups I end up getting. And that's 15 minutes in this fucking video. It's fucking ridiculous. So yeah, that was a lot. As for games I'm considering getting rid of, out of what I got, pretty much the PS2 games and Guitar Hero. Motocross, yeah, I feel like that's just something I'm gonna keep. I might get rid of the Rudolph one after I try it, but who knows. Regardless, moving on. What games did I play this month? Because I actually did do quite a bit of gaming this month. Like I said earlier, I tried out Replay. I tried every game up until pool/billiards. I pretty much hit the ball once and I stopped. I just felt like stopping playing the game there. I tried to unlock all the games pretty much. And again, it's one of those games where I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun to play with someone else rather than just yourself. I did try motocross. That that was actually an interesting time. I probably should have recorded it, to be honest. I will always suck at racing games, always. I'm not going to go into my history on why I hate racing games and just everything involving all of that. That's a wrap for another day. In like a one-off video or something. But that was actually a pretty interesting time. You know, I sucked at it. I had a good time at it, playing it so far. As for the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody game, as that's interesting. It almost gives me like a Louise's Manson vibe, in a way. Just gameplay wise, I feel. Somehow. It's one of those type of games where you're pretty much swapping between two characters. One has to play in the foreground, one has to play in the background type of game. I was never fond of those, but hopefully I can get better at it. I tried it out. I suck. As usual. I did try to dive into Guitar Hero World Tour, but couldn't. They did seem to have some good music though in the game, I will say that. I might have to put in that game again just to like search up the songs to actually try and download some of them. Some of them were actually pretty good out of what few I heard. We also played Slide Stars. Since the last two videos for that, I actually did manage to 100% a couple of levels early in the game to try and unlock more characters. We even managed to unlock a secret stage, but I'll go into all of that whenever I do another video for it at some point. We also finished off playing through Persona 4. We finished playing through Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4. Specifically SMT Persona 4 for the first time ever, I never did get around to beating original Persona 4 on my own time. So Let's Play is actually my first time beating the original Persona 4 in full. I still hate how we weren't able to get to the true final dungeon. I call bullshit on that. You'll find out eventually. Regardless, I've also been playing a good bit of East 9 lately, so I do have more episodes recorded for that, finally. Whether or not episodes will go up soon for that again, that's a toughie. But I'll go into a bit of that and where I stand when it comes to uploading and everything. Because I do need to do an update video. So I'm probably going to do that after this video. Regardless, as it stands, currently we have episodes 27 through 34 recorded. Episode 27 is edited. And I'm just focusing on East 9 till we're done with the game. At the rate we're going, if I try to play the game every day of the week, I can probably be done East 9 before September 10th. But whether or not I'll actually play the game every day consistently, I doubt it. I'm pretty sure I'm taking a break from the game tonight. Just cause. Beyond East 9, I've also tried. Oh man, I'm not sure if I should even upload this as a one-off or not. If I do, I'm definitely saving it to at least September, maybe October, but probably September. If you want to see it, I'll upload it. But as it stands, I'm iffy on whether or not I want to. So yeah. I tried playing Mother Soul Suspect this month in a bad attempt to potentially play through that game for the October project. As it stands, I haven't even started that because I'm iffy. What the fuck is we even play at this point? I've knocked out a few ideas already. Regardless, I only did one video for that. A bad attempt, keep in mind. If you want to see it, I'll upload it. If you don't, then I'll probably just hold on to it. And maybe upload it eventually. Regardless, I did try to record Costume Quest, the first game, but the text for the game, the dialogue, goes by automatically. So because the game's dialogue goes by automatically, at least during the first few moments of the game, will probably fit the whole game. I feel like a playthrough of Costume Quest just wouldn't really work out. It didn't take me long to just drop the idea of Casting Quest being a playthrough on the channel, at least for now. I might change my mind in that regard eventually if I ever get around to playing it on my own time and just seeing how I end up liking it. Because currently I just feel like it's just not going to be an interesting or entertaining playthrough if I try to play through it for the first time ever on camera. On camera for that specific game at least. And that was actually my number one option that I was going for the October project. So now I'm just debating what I can play. I do have the second Costume Quest, but I'm not gonna bother with that because I'd rather play the first one first. So both of those just aren't an option at this point. And I'm too chicken shit to actually play through Motor Soul Suspect. So that's out the window. And the only other options I can really think of, I had to get around to trying to see if I'd be up for it, would be Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. That's a possibility of what I'm thinking. Along with Alice Madness Returns. Even though Alice Madness Returns is a horror-themed game, and it has jump-scared me twice out of what little I've played of it, sometime last year. Even though it does jump-scare me from time to time, Alice Madness Returns I feel like is one of those type of games to where I could actually sit through it and play the entire thing. I could be wrong. Who knows? Beyond that, though, I can't really think of anything else. The other games I could potentially play through would be The Wolf Among Us. That's certainly a high possibility, but at the same time, it's not exactly my type of game either. And even that game does tend to scare me. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, I just hate anything scary, and I do find that game to be kind of scary. I did try that game once, back in like 2018, really briefly. I'm sure I could easily play through it, but I don't know, I feel like I'd just rather try and play something else. I could potentially see myself trying to dive into the first Uncharted game at least. Because there is a part of that game that, in my opinion, qualifies as horror. And for that slight reason, I feel like it would kind of fit as an October project. Thing is, I don't know if I could even beat it. The first Uncharted is easily the hardest game in the series, so there's that as well. You know, it might be too chicken shit to actually play through the part of that game that scares me the most. Regardless, if I don't pick between any of the few games I still have in mind, the only other thing I can think of would just be say fuck it and just play Metal Gear Rising. A game that I desperately do want to beat, and it does also scale me, but over the years it hasn't. So yeah, I do know there is some interest here from you all to see me actually play that game. So that is kind of influencing that decision a little bit as well. That and the game's not too terribly long either. I feel like the only thing about that game that I'd be unsure of when it comes to trying to do a playthrough of would be the final boss. I know the final boss in that game hits like a truck. I never played far enough to get that far into the game, so whether or not I'd be able to even beat the final boss in that game, I have no idea. And to be honest, Metal Gear Rising is looking like the number one option for the October project currently. Currently, that's the one I'm thinking of. So, yeah. Even though it doesn't really have anything to do with anything technically scary or whatever. But whatever. I might just say fuck it and play that, who knows. Regardless, I definitely feel like trying to figure out something for the October budget is definitely more difficult than I would have thought. For sure. Costume Quest definitely would have been perfect because the game is literally a turn-based RPG. On top of that, it's all about trick-or-treating, so it fits the whole Halloween, October type thing. But oh well, I'm just not really feeling that currently. Regardless, that's my rant on what the fuck should I do for the October project. Getting back on topic when it comes to other games I actually end up playing this month. I did play a bit more Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. That's the name of it, ain't it? I think so. Didn't play much of that this month though. But what I did play a lot of this month was Stardew Valley on PC on my own time. I've been playing a lot of that over the past 2 weeks, I believe. For some reason, I've just been hooked into playing it. For whatever reason. I've been having a lot of fun with that currently. I'm highly considering the idea of making / doing a extremely long mini-series for Stardew Valley here on the channel. I doubt it would be all that interesting, but you never know. It might be. I've been currently having a blast with it. So I might just do that, who knows. As for why I would consider Stardew Valley to be more of a mini-series rather than a Let's Play, would be quite simple for a few reasons. Reason one, the game technically doesn't have an ending, so you can go on forever, for one. And I feel like for a Let's Play, a game has to have an ending. In my opinion, at least. At the same time, the game does have an ending when events in the game stop. But that's just like whatever. Besides, I highly doubt I would ever actually play Stardew Valley enough to where I would actually surpass the game's in-game events, slash story, which I believe is like 4 years in-game, I think. I highly doubt I would ever play that much of the game, but I have no idea. Well, I see Stardew Valley simply more as mini-series material because I could just stop playing the game whenever, and that would be the end of like the mini-series or whatever. It could be a few videos, it could be a handful, it could be like several dozen or more videos, who knows. I've been thinking that, but I'm not sure yet. Regardless, I believe that is every game I end up playing this month. And that's also every pickup as well. Now to the final portion. What did I watch this month? Alright, so I finished watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters along with Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters. It's finally good to know I finally watched Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters from start to finish. Finally. I also watched the movie. That fucking movie. Never again. Regardless, I had a lot of fun watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters over the past 2 months. As for Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters, that was the first time watch for me, period. For some reason I thought that Yu-Gi-Oh! Capsule Monsters was gonna be Yu-Gi-Oh! Dungeon Dice Monsters, I think. That's the game Duke Devlin, the character in Duel Monsters, created. For some reason I thought that's what Capsule Monsters was. But no, apparently it's its own completely different thing. As for my thoughts on Capsule Monsters, honestly, it's okay overall. If you want to see a bit more of some of those characters, then it's worth a watch. I feel like Joey was definitely different in this particular spin-off. For some reason, he just seemed different in some way. Overall, it was a pretty decent watch, and that's pretty much it. As for the movie, I don't care, but that movie will always scare the fucking hell out of me. It doesn't matter how much I watch that movie. It doesn't matter how old I get or how much time passes. I will always be scared of that movie, and I will always fucking hate it. The soundtrack may be good, but that's the only thing good about it. And that's all I have to say about that. That movie is a childhood nightmare for me. And I hate that I sat through it again. I really fucking hate that I sat through it again. But I did it just to say that I watched everything involving Duel Monsters. Granted, there is that newer Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters movie. What the fuck that's called. I I don't have access to that. Regardless, overall I still had fun watching Yugi and his friends do their thing. When it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters, I do have to complain a bit. I will give the a lot of slack for simply being an older show. It comes to a bunch of things, but the one thing I honestly just found annoying would be there's this back-to-back duels. I feel like there was only like one or two episodes where you actually got to see the characters just hang out, have some fun, and goof off until shit goes down. It would be nice to have like a handful of episodes every so often to where the characters would just relax and actually not be dueling at all. I feel like that's really my only big complaint. Binge watching nothing but back-to-back Yu-Gi-Oh! Duels does get kind of annoying. Or boring, rather. Regardless, I end up watching some more of The Simpsons. I'm now done with season 19 and 20. And I think... Yeah, I just finished watching season 30 only last night. Late last night, whatever. I'm currently on season 32. I don't have access to seasons 21 through 29, I believe. I'm not even sure. Yeah, I don't. I'm missing 10 seasons. Regardless, I'm almost pretty much done watching The Simpsons. For the time being, at least. I did continue watching the newest season for Big Brother US. And I'm surprisingly hooked. Surprisingly. Haven't watched it in a bit though, so I am behind by a few episodes, at least. Other than that, I watched a few random episodes for Futurama along with Family Guy. I might have watched a full season of American Dad, or at least a few new episodes for that show this month as well. I did watch a few movies this month. I'm not even how the fuck you even say it. What the fuck's it called? Yeah, I wouldn't know how you say it. I only know the Japanese name for the movie. But the latest Code Geass movie, I ended up watching that this month for the hell of it, to kill some time. And surprisingly, I actually really fucking liked it. It was better than I actually would have thought it was going to be. And it almost made me want to rewatch the actual anime again, even though I watched that last summer sometime, I think. I did start watching Again, I'm not sorry you say the name of this one. I only watched the first episode so far. But Code Geass, the one with the female protagonist. I'm not sorry you say it. Because I only know the Japanese name for it. And I'm not even sure how you say it. So there's that. Was there anything else? TV shows at least. Yeah, I don't think so. So when it comes to the other movies, I attempted to watch the 2009, I believe, is the year of the movie. It's a movie called Fanboys. Yeah, honestly, I watched like 9 minutes into it and dropped it. I might sit through the movie if I was watching it with someone, but watching it myself, I just wasn't feeling it. Yeah. I also ended up watching. What the fuck was it called? Alright. I know the names now. Alright, so I ended up watching Dodgeball 2004. I pretty much knew nothing about this one. I dove into watching it to kill some time through the night. And pretty much near the end of the movie, I sort of recognized something. And well, I recall that someone else was actually watching or had this movie on TV one time. I never even paid attention at all. It was on TV like a year or two ago. I think I vaguely fucking remember the scene. But yeah, apparently I sort of knew about this movie before. Yeah, so I dove into this one knowing nothing. And it was actually pretty good overall. Not the best thing, but it was better than what I thought it would be, if anything. So yeah. When it comes to what rank I would actually give it though, I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10. When it comes to that Code Geass movie, I feel like that was easily like a 9 out of 10 for me. When it comes to other movies, there's like only one more movie I end up watching. A 2002 movie called The New Guy. Yeah, I watched this the same night as the Dodgeball movie. Honestly, the The New Guy, for some reason I feel like I might have seen it way back in the day, but I don't remember anything at all. It just seems like the type of movie that I probably saw it when I was younger, but just don't remember anything about even ever seeing it. Regardless, this is actually really good, surprisingly. Not exactly what I thought it was going to be like. I do have my complaints about it. But overall, the movie was actually really good. The ending was my problem. One, I feel like the ending was rushed. Two, I feel like they just rushed the ending to where, like, they probably just didn't have the time to fill in the gaps. I'm not going to spoil much about it, but earlier in the movie, the new guy ends up lying about being friends with his old friends from his old school. And yet, in his new school at the end of the movie, those same friends and a new guy, again the main character, end up playing in a band at the school. And the girl that the new guy was with when he was shopping was there when he ignored his friends. And she never even questioned the fact that he was playing in a band with those same people. And to me, that just gets to me. Like, I get that it's a movie, but, like, come on. You've seen these three people that guy ignored. Aren't you even gonna question why the fuck the new guy is even in the same band as these quote unquote strangers? Yeah, to me that just doesn't make sense. And overall, just the actual end of the movie just seemed rushed as hell. Sorry for that bang. Regardless, overall, I feel like the movie was at least an 8, to be honest. Despite the whole high school archetype cliche bullshit, which is kind of hard to watch, but overall, it was still good overall. Regardless, that was everything, and this is the longest discussion we've done in a long while. So we're gonna call things here, because I'm pretty sure I don't have anything else to say. So until next time, stay golden.